Okay, quickly, let's look at Atletico Madrid. Well, Diego Simeone and his boys eventually have an opportunity to win a title. They knocked Barcelona out 2 different cup titles, and now we are here. Who can we blame for this? The players or Diego Simeone? Who should we blame? Elizabeth.
Well, for that game, I think that they dominated the game. They dominated the game.
You think they dominated the game?
Yes, in possession, even in passes. They had about 700 plus passes in that game.
What was the full-time score?
2-2 on aggregate. No, this is what I'm saying. For Real Sociedad, they will not come at Atletico Madrid. Even on paper, Atletico Madrid is better than them by far. So what they did in that game was they got their 2 goals early enough in that game and they contained them, Atletico Madrid, all through till the 83rd minute when Julian Alvarez leveled at the scoreline and made it 2-2. So it was a good game of football from them. They contained them, and then for Diego Simeone, I was just faulting him for subbing out his best player in the first half, and that was Ademola Lookman. He subbed him early enough in that game. You leave him there. It was one that got you the equalizer in 9 minutes after conceding the first goal in the first minute of the game. So that's the only fault I have for him. But in this game, he did what he was supposed to do. He did well. He did good attacking sub. So even when he removed them, Ademola Lookman, he brought in Soloth. So that's to tell you that he wanted to still win the game. The game was just, it just became a lock one. It was a lock at the end of the day because it's a penalty shootout. The better team on penalty won the game. That's just it.
Maybe did Atletico Madrid in a way underrate Real Sociedad?
I won't necessarily they underrated them. It is just a matter of, it is not your day, no matter what you do, considering the first goal the way they did and, having to come back again, through Ademola Lookman, then going back behind again to before the stroke of halftime. And Lady Luck smiled on them with Alvarez, leveling things up later in the game. Now, it's just a game of luck for me. Penalties are there because you just have to get a winner. When stalemate is something that is going on for far too long. Now, at that game, I think, like Elizabeth said, dominated, and that was very evident, very clear. But what was even much more the shocking one, like Elizabeth pointed out too, is that why take off? Yeah, but this is a final.
Mm-hmm.
You need your best players on the pitch. Forget about any upcoming match. Just play your best, get the win first. You can think of recovery, think of every other thing later. But at this point, you need to get, and consider the fact that you have knocked Barcelona out of 2 major trophies competition this season. Then you want to consolidate on that win. You don't want to make those wins go in vain or a flash in the pan. Because if, and like they said, you already missed an opportunity to win a trophy, the Champions League is not something that I think they can manage, but let's see how it goes. But I see them doing better in the future. But for now, he fumbled that one, and it was not a good sighting.
Well, like people say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And we saw Barcelona congratulating Real Sociedad.
Of course,
this is the first time on record that Barcelona will be congratulating any winner of the Copa del Rey. What an interesting one! And you have to imagine a very funny scenario. Atletico Madrid and Arsenal play in the semi-final of the Champions League. Atletico are no longer in running for the La Liga title. They've lost out of the Copa del Rey. Arsenal have lost out on 2 titles themselves. Looking like they will lose out of the Premier League title to Manchester City. The Champions League look like the only way out, and Atletico Madrid will play Arsenal. It's going to be an interesting
exactly, because at this point now, this is the only, I think, the easiest way of claiming a trophy this season for both teams.
Sides.
So now,
and it's going to be their first trophy if any of them win it.
Exactly, this season, and it will be their trophy. So who wants it more? But we'll get into that much later.
Okay, quickly, let's look at Inter Milan. International, like they are being called. This is the formidable team in Italy right now, and I think they have something to celebrate. After coming up second for all their competitions last season, they finally have a title. Very big one to celebrate for Christian Kivu. Has he done enough for him to be recognized as, or can you say well done to him this season?
Well done for him. At least where he is right now, he has done well. Though they missed out on going find the Champions League competition But what you have in your hand, he held on to it tight. That is the Serie A title, and also there is a semi-final coming up between the Como and then Inter.
Tomorrow,
So,
coming up tomorrow.
So, and then he has an advantage in that game because Inter has never lost to Como before. The highest they've done is that Como had done rather is a draw against Inter. So he has an opportunity to.
And the matches have always been high-scoring matches.
Yes, and so he has an opportunity to claim two right now for him. So good one for Christian. Good one. I'm happy for him.
Can Christian Kivu take the double this season in Italy?
Well, domestically, they have been not flying. I won't say flying, but
they're not flying. They have won it. They have almost wrapped up the title.
Yes.
No,
just 3 points.
What I'm saying is they have. I don't know how you say it, that French word, when you have been yes, you have been like this, you have been like this, you have been like that. So it's something that has been. So Inter has not been flying. Of the days of like Simeone Inzaghi. Under Inzaghi, they beat teams and they are wrapping up the league way earlier than this. Even the football on display has not been as.
Is it being way earlier than, or the fact that the Serie A has just been totally poor this season? When you look at the points,
that's why I said all the teams are poor.
Yes,
so
it
has not been. That's why I said even Inter are not flying. Like when Serie A as bad as he bad. When Inzaghi still did here, that guy, when you see the ball where I enter the play, okay, this is a team that went to the Champions League 2 or 3 times in the last 4 years. It's no joke.
That got to the final.
The final.
Yes,
that's 3 years.
Yeah, that's to tell you that they have something about their football. Do you get me? So this is not the same Inter that we are seeing now, and good one for Kivu. And I think they are looking at renewing his contract. Though for me, he just signed he just got him this season, I think. I think he joined them this season. So why are they looking at renewing contract now? For me, he has not because this
except if something diabolical happens.
I know. What I'm saying is, even with Inzaghi, Serie A title is something that you expect. When Conte was there, they went on to win the title. So just like Bundesliga now, you're always expecting.
So winning the Serie A title is not a big deal for Inter Milan.
Like at this point, they should be aiming, if they want to be that of back.
So the barest minimum should be the Serie A title.
The Serie A title, and even if you're not winning it, at least be competitive, show spirit, give performances, not just be hot and cold. Your win to the late title. When Simeone was there, he was giving Inter that impetus, and they were winning games with ease. Now they are, I'm looking at the number of draws they have this season is much compared to when Simeone was there. So these are the issues. I'm not saying Kiva has not done a good job.
Don't forget that the Serie A lately has been like a competition, because we've had Napoli win it twice now of recent. So it has not been that total dominance of where Inter and then AC Milan have been the one doing it.
Has it been
even when Napoli won it, they were not that brilliant.
That's what I'm saying.
So they were not. So it is just a matter of who love favor pass. At this point, it is favoring Inter.
So what it means is that for one season that you win, it means every other person has to be very, very bad for you to win it.
In Serie A now, go check.
That's what I've been saying.
In the last 5 years now, go and check.
The league has been
when Napoli was winning, Inter, AC Milan, they decided to be unfortunate. Do you get me? So it has been a recurring theme. It's something that has been recurring. So I'm not in any way, although I'm not taking it any way from because winning a league title is no joke. 30 games is not easy.
Over the period of 9 months.
9 months. So it's not easy. But at the same time, Inter that we know, the stature, the caliber or the level at which Inter should be, they are not there yet.
I think they are the second most successful team after Juventus.
Of course, yes, that is why I'm saying by level of their history and success, they should be first a team that went to the Champions League final twice in 3 years. They should be doing more than that.
That's a whole lot. Okay, quickly, let's look at something that is getting me excited is that top 4 race in Italy. Yes, the top 4 race is interesting, and why I say that is the fact that there's a certain Como in the mix. Yes, we have the traditional big boys there. Like what I have here, we have Inter Milan, we have AC Milan in second place, Napoli in third place, and you look at the point gap, so poor, it's very, very abysmal. You have Juventus on third position, and you have Como on 58 points, just 5 point difference between Juventus and Como, and Juventus only have to play 2 bad matches, and Como are there in Champions League place. Do you think Fabregas and his boys can do it this season?
Well, frankly, I will say it. I agree. Fabregas and Como have been brilliant this season. They have played one of the best football I have seen personally. Let me just say me personally. What I've seen this season, I've seen Como, and the football they played is quite exciting and so pleasurable to watch.
And the young boys are doing so.
But at this level, you need to mix it up. When that is why I said when push come to shove, do you have the mentality to do it?
Should an European finish be classified as an overwhelming success for Como?
Yes.
Making any Champions League, Europa Conference
anything.
For a club that was that Fabregas joined 2 years ago. For them to get promotion.
I think their stadium is even less than 10,000.
Exactly. So for them to even attain the level they are massive credit to the work that's been done.
If they eventually qualify for Europe, they need to do a lot of revamping.
Exactly, and a lot of but it will still boil down to investment and all of that. So that is why I think any competition they find themselves, whether the Champions League or Europa, they should be grateful and to learn. They should learn to build. A certain team comes to mind, Wrexham. Over the years they have been on a steady rise.
Beautiful
story from I think from the National League onto the Championship now, and they have.
They are on course for promotion through playoffs.
They have actually gave a good account of each time I've seen Wrexham this season. They have actually given a good account of themselves, and that's actually shown. They have played against Chelsea, played against big Premier League side this season, and they have shown.
And they've actually played very, very.
So
very
I think that's the same case for. They should look at.
And I think Fabregas should not be under too much pressure. He has done enough already.
Which pressure? Who's putting him under pressure?
No, I'm just saying that
he has outdone himself.
That's what I'm saying, that there should not be that pressure in his mind that he should qualify for Champions League by force by fire. If it is Europa that he can get, it's all fine.
Yeah, I'm all for.
In the last 3 games also, they've not done too well. They've lost 2 and then drawn 1.
Nobody will fault them for drawing.
No, I'm not saying nobody's going to fault them. I'm just saying that there should not be so much expectation from them, because from the beginning of the season, you will not expect.
I don't think they are putting. In fact, what they have now.
Me personally, I would say Fabregas should. If he has, because this is what builds, like, you have to build your mentality. All these killer managers, Vincent Kompany didn't get all this just by being conservative. You don't get me? Even at Burnley, he always go for it. You're not getting it. He always believe that he has the tool, he has the tactical nous to outdo his opponent. So if Fabregas feel the same, and you want to prove yourself to be one of the top young managers in world football now, you need to challenge yourself.
That is where my next question comes in.
Yes.
How long can Como hold on to Fabregas?
Yeah. That's how he's been performing right now. I think they can, because a lot of things will be eyeing him right now. So if they can get him the tools he needs in terms of the player to be able to compete.
Elizabeth, let me face it directly. Should Arsenal sack Arteta and get Fabregas?
Don't do that. Even if Arteta is as bad as this, if we are going for something, if we are going to leave Arteta, we should go for something better. Somebody of high profile and trophy.
Will you take a Vincent Kompany?
I want a trophy-winning manager that has
Vincent
the wealth
Kompany
of experience.
Is a trophy-winning manager.
Yes, but doesn't have the kind of wealth of experience that I need.
Who is the better manager, Vincent Kompany or Mikel Arteta?
Arteta. Where Kompany dey right now? If Arteta dey there, he don't sure say he go win the league.
Do you agree?
He don't sure say he go win Bundesliga now. How he go get Harry Kane 14, get Musiala, get Olise 14, and he don't go win Bundesliga? You can't use that one. They judge Arsenal.
Who is the better manager?
No.
Right now,
be very honest.
It's too early to call. Yes, like she said, she made good points. You cannot.
You believe Arteta is
the competitive nature of Premier League.
You don't compare that to Bundesliga.
Look at most managers that have come. They have actually look at Jose has grown white hair, Feggy, the rest. It will burn you. Premier League is that.
It will weigh you down.
It will weigh. So I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is, I agree with Lizzie. When it comes to us now, they need to get somebody that can actually win. Arteta has done his work as groundsman. He has actually built the team. So now to take them to the next level, they need the more experienced man.
Arsenal fans, you've heard from the horse's mouth. They are telling you now, I think for the first time in a very long while, Mide is agreeing that Arteta is actually might not be the best of coaches, but he actually does something right. Let's round up with PSG losing at home to Olympique Lyonnais. There's a particular prodigal son at Olympique Lyonnais that's proving himself and is knocking at the door.
Proving his parent team.
Proving to his parent team that I don't do mistake. Not supposed to hold on to me.
Na still low, sha.
Hendrick, Olympic Lyon, has he proved himself that is what or is worthy to start at Real Madrid? What we've seen so far.
Yes, basically, this guy, let's not see the way he plays. The major problem around, and I have been saying it, even when we were discussing Adagula the other day, is about how you use these players. Madrid, like Chelsea now, the imbalance in their squad is much. You know, they don't have the way. That is why teams are afraid of Arsenal, because of the balance. You know, when you have a flair on this side, they have something to balance it. If this guy is going too much, there's somebody.
If Trossard is playing, this Calaferi,
there is this equal balance. That is where the problem with Madrid. Madrid have too many players, and it is affecting their play. Now you want to
ready to do the dirty
exactly
job.
no, and now you have Mbappe, you have this junior that wants to play. There's
Rodrigo,
Rodrigo, there's Hendrick, and there's the way.
There's Brahim Diaz.
The way this guy is being used, the way he doesn't play as a front man. He likes to play from the mezzala row, from that half space. You know, create. He's not another one.
He excels where there's a lot of space.
Exactly, and especially when he's not the spearhead, the main man up front. He just need somebody to take off that tension off him, and so he can do his thing from behind. Do you get me? And look at most of his goals. He has come from that half space. Picks up the ball from that space, run at defense, probably go the byline or cut on his favored left and let it fly. That has been his game. And can Madrid let him play that way? No. Because the way Madrid is being structured, the way they play, doesn't give or doesn't allow for players like that to flourish. And Madrid is not. It's just they are now becoming systematical. Now they want to, play around.
Which is something we don't know them for.
Exactly. Don't go on the days when there's where Ramos will just one diagonal pass to Christian Bale on the flank, and that's it. Cross the Ronaldo or Benzema. Go. There's no too much. No too much. Albert Einstein kind of this thing. People are trying to make themselves like they want to show that okay, there's no. Just make it.
And I think what you just mentioned is the height of the Zinedine Zidane era. Not too much.
Exactly, not too much.
1, 2, 3 passes.
He's into the back.
Now look at Carrick too at Manchester United. Not too much tactics. Just put the right players in the right position and let them do their thing.
Let them do their thing.
You don't need too much for play.
Exactly. Direct football.
Ladies and gentlemen, PSG. I don't know. Is PSG trying to sacrifice the League One for the Champions League?
They are not trying to sacrifice anything. It's just that they've been bad this season.
They've been bad, but they battered Chelsea.
No,
they
I'm
destroyed
saying
Liverpool.
In the league, in that
That's what I'm
league,
saying.
They've been
when
bad.
They come to the Champions League, they've played against some of the best teams. They've excelled.
They are riding
but
on
they
that
go to the
redeem.
league and
It's not because they are riding on that redeem of how they won the Champions League last season. Go through the playoff, fight tooth, nail and cranny to get to the top, to get to the final, and that is what has been working for them. When it comes to the league, they had to beg for that last game.
That's what I'm saying.
For it to be postponed to play PSG.
Do you get what I'm saying? That are they saying, okay, this league, it seems all well
They've
and
gotten
good.
too much.
Let's just leave this. Let's focus on Champions League. Because when they played yesterday against Olympic Lyon, never looked like the PSG that we saw against Liverpool.
Yes, she made good points too. For me, PSG, they are looking like the French Ligue 1 now. Like
You don't get them too much.
Like what's the fuss about it? Even if we are limping, they're still going to win the league. So there's no point. Even if they lose against Lyon, they are still going to see teams that they are going to beat blue and black in the next couple of games to win it. So that is not the issue. And I think in a way they are trying to reserve their players for the big games in the
Against
Champions
Bayern.
League. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be an interesting set of fixture. The Champions League semi-final. I'm so much interested in those matches. It's going to be flair versus defensive discipline. A case of around football versus who will score the highest number of goals. Well, that's our own package for you today on Score City. Recap and rant, a review of all actions that happened during the course of the weekend. You can also drop your comments, your view. What do you think about the matches that actually happened? Is Bundesliga becoming the Farmers League like it is usually called? And can PSG, suffering in the French League, take the Champions League back to back. I remain Adedamola. My people, thank you for coming.
Yeah,
It's
it's
been an
So
interesting
good to
one.
be here.
It's been a
Remember
pleasure
to follow
talking
us
about
on all
football.
our social media handles at Score City NG across all social media handles. YouTube, please do subscribe on our YouTube channel at Score City NG. Like, comment, share. Thank you for watching and see you next time.